Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 10th to the 16th of December 2018. We are coming out of the new moon in Sagittarius. This is a very, very Sagittarian week, as we have the new moon which opens up a 2-week window. And midweek we also have Mercury returning to Sagittarius, now direct, coming out of Scorpio and going back into that sign. So a bit of a time loop coming up there as well. So this is a week for finishing off, attending to detail, releasing first, and then by the end of the week we're able to start setting some intentions and feel a bit more on a forward track. So the new moon in Sagittarius, we saw Mars conjunct Neptune, and this was a chance for us to go deep into our intuition, to align with our soul desires rather than what we think we want or what we've always wanted or what the current plan is, and to reconnect with what really matters. And this was very much the theme over the summer of 2018 as well. So for this weekend, Monday, Tuesday, we have an opportunity to have a look at whatever's in the way of that, because with Mercury it's always about our processing mind, and our thoughts can be on autopilot unless we check in and actually see what we're constantly saying to ourselves. We're able to break the pattern with that consciousness focused onto the narrative, and we're also able to change our mind once we've brought things to reality. So quite a solid day on Monday. We have Saturn, Pluto and the Moon all together in Capricorn. Capricorn likes to build slowly, step by step, but Pluto's also got that deconstructing energy. So can we deconstruct some of the debris that's built up around us that isn't supporting us or is making our life too difficult? This could be thoughts like life has to be a struggle, things have to be difficult. Phrases like I'll never be able to, or I can't. So with Mercury in Sagittarius, that focused, piercing mind, can we deconstruct some of the structures that we've put around us and actually question whether those are right or not? So a sense of simplifying our lives and maybe focusing on how much we have achieved and the rewards for the hard work that we've done recently, as those should start to come to front and centre by the end of this week and next week. So deconstructing any negativity, any blocks, using that conscious mind as a pinpoint tool, observing the narrative and having a look where we're making our lives too difficult, too limited and too restrictive is the job on Monday. We can be gentle with ourselves. This can just be a case of maybe writing down some of the constant thoughts that we're having, even observing that those are the constant thoughts that we're having, because once we write them down and then attend to them, we can actually challenge their veracity, whether they're actually right, whether they're coming forwards with us to serve us better. So our manifesting power really, but are we manifesting difficulties rather than exciting challenges? Because Capricorn loves a challenge, but the trick here is to pick one challenge at a time and make sure that if you achieve it, it's actually something that you really do want. So really going back to basics, the fundamentals on Monday. Are we working towards something that's really going to support us, that's really going to bring the rewards, or are we undermining ourselves with negativity and a perception of lack or difficulty? By Tuesday we have the last day of Mercury in Scorpio. So this has been a long old phase. We're going back to the beginning of November, and we've been on this Mercury retrograde from Sagittarius back into Scorpio to really dig out those final details and cleanse deep subconscious waters. And as we step forward, we should be stepping forward into space, because clearing out, all of this 3 years of clearing out has created space for us to expand into. But Tuesday's the last day where we can really have a look, is there anything else lurking in the shadows? And reconnect with our power. Do we really know how powerful we are? We're constantly manifesting, attracting towards us and acting upon the opportunities and the meetings that we have and the ideas. But with the Monday, Tuesday, it feels like, are we manifesting difficulty, and can we actually change that, uproot it, and make the space so that we can focus in this new moon window on what really matters to us and start to attract that instead. So our manifesting power, our personal power in action. Have a look back. What are you attracting to you? This is not random. Have a look at what impact you have on others as well, because we're not isolated. Everything we say and do and feel has an impact on our outside world coming from deep within. So final opportunity here to really clear up who we are, where we're blocking ourselves, and step into the space to start to embrace our real power. By Wednesday, Mercury returns into Sagittarius, so we have some very forward-moving Sagittarius energy now, but like I say, look back to the beginning of November. The seeds of ideas that we sowed then should now begin to show fresh shoots, fresh ideas, exciting opportunities, nourished in the soil of the soul, show their first signs of activity. But the thing with the retrograde is, had we got what we were sowing, what we were planning on, without the retrograde, it would have been smaller. But with a retrograde, we get the chance to go backwards, go inwards, and actually reassess. So this has been a really long process of time, with all the other Scorpio activity that we've had over the years. Really get to the core of what it is that we're sowing, what it is that we're energized about, and what it is that we want to bring forth. So Mercury back into Sagittarius, showing us now that what we're attracting to us is much bigger, much more aligned, much more appropriate, much more exciting than what we were thinking at the beginning of November. Strange numerological day on Thursday. We've got 13, 12, 11, because 2018 adds up to an 11, so 13th of the 12th, 2011. And there's a feeling here of a countdown. There's two timelines in play as far as I can feel, and that's one is a 5-day countdown to the 18th of December and a rollout from there with significant days on the 20th, the 23rd and the 25th. It's hard to describe because this is more of an intuitive feeling than anything I'm particularly seeing in the stars, but it feels like something big and positive is happening. It feels like something unified, something that's going to bring in some very positive change. So just have a look at your connection with power numbers and tune in with your intuition on 13, 12, 11 and see if you can feel that something big and positive is coming in. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, so I'll give you my email at the end. But like I say, that's just kind of a curious day to have a look at power numbers and to tune in with our intuition on quite a big level. Then by Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I feel that the meditation is about peace of mind and peace of heart. What does this really feel like? And can we make that our familiar state? Now that we've uprooted lots of negative storylines, beliefs, blocks, really gone in and taken responsibility for what has been going on the inside that's been getting in our way or pulling us down, then can we become familiar with a state of peace, space, room to expand and connect with our more golden, majestic energy? Because this festive period does really feel about that, stepping into our own majesty, our own sovereignty, allowing that space, connecting with peace, changing the program forever, and living from a much more simpler place, but knowing that the projects and ideas that we've energized are coming towards us and will unfold at the right time. So a reflective weekend. Reflect on the rewards that we're already receiving, the hard work that we've done, the mental unpicking and deprogramming, where we've made life too difficult and too restrictive, and how we have the power to change that. And some of the ways that we do this are over service to others or to jobs, feeling responsible for others or for workloads and the part that we play, taking on too much and taking things too seriously. So those are just some prompts there. If any of those resonate with you, then this is how we can use the conscious mind and say, am I doing this? And then if so, why? Because you didn't come here to serve anybody else, you didn't come here to be responsible for anybody else, you didn't come here to work really, really hard, and you didn't come here to suffer and judge and to be too serious. So if that balance is out, and this reflects back to some of the meditation on Monday, then we've got a chance to study that and to question it and to see how we can overload ourselves with busyness and responsibility and obligation And in a way, this is a means of self-denial, self-avoidance, constantly busy with other things. This is how we're taught to be, but to step into that golden majesty that we've got the opportunity now and all through the festive period, we need to actually have space for us and time for us. So all of this week really is making significant changes in our thoughts and actions, our routines, our beliefs, and clearing away anything that's not serving us anymore. But there's some beautiful, exciting, powerful, golden, manifesting energy coming our way. Once we've attended to these final details, then just allowing that peace and space, not rushing to fill up that space with more